Third.
David's on that. We're just running the call meeting order.
Okay, ready. Morning, I'd like to call this special meeting of the Facilities Committee to order. It is Thursday, May 16th, 2024 at 8 a.m. Turn it over to Kevin for indoor air quality IAQ testing and reports. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Back in December of last year, the state DAS, Department of Administrative Services, released a mandate that all schools in the state conduct annual indoor air quality testing. We started that process in late January of 2024, included in, I would say, mid-February. In your packet is the summary report which we received from Hygienics. They had come into the buildings, conducted air sampling, and ran the tests, which is what we had before you. So I'm happy to say that we met or exceeded all the thresholds required by the state. And then the tools for schools forms, which are also the packet, will be uploaded to the website as per the State Department.
So this simply, thank you for the members for gathering. This simply fulfills the requirement to have a report out, a public report out to the board, and it will be posted to the website.
Are there any questions on the report or what was looked at? Katie?
Thank you. Kevin, thank you for this. This looks very comprehensive, but we've been doing this for a while, right? So what's the change?
The change is now it's a mandate. The state is telling all the schools that they have to do this.
Okay.
We have been doing it all along, so we're pretty comfortable in our ability to pass. There is one other portion proponent of this, which is every 5 years, the state wants to see a full commissioning of all your HVAC equipment. So that is something we're going to have to roll into the capital plan just because the dollar amount is significant.
And will that be 5 years from the implementation of the new legislation? So sort of 5 years from now?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
And as the memos notes, we cannot test Ox Ridge because we're still in the commissioning process there.
Mhm.
So that process actually checks this box for the next 5 years.
Great, thank you.
Julie?
Thank you. Thanks for the report, Kevin. What are the requirements as far as how frequently we are required to do this by the legislation?
This air test that you have in front of you will be annual, and then every 5 years will be a full commissioning of the buildings.
Oh, okay. So we do have to do it every year. I misunderstood that.
Correct. They did release an update as late as Friday of last week, so it seems like it's kind of evolving as we progress. There's been a lot of pushbacks from different districts that financially it's a hardship and so on and so forth, but
Which is where I was going. What is the ballpark cost of conducting these tests annually?
so annually it's in the $25,000 neighborhood, which is built into our operating budget. The actual commissioning came in at $250,000, which is why it would meet the threshold for a capital project.
Wow. Okay. And I have one last question, Jill. Thank you. Is there any reason to do this on a different schedule year by year, like when the AC is running versus when the heat's running? You know, maybe heat's dustier and AC is moldier. I don't really know the intricacies of that. I'm just curious.
No, that's a good question. They actually prefer us to do it while school is in session and they're running heat.
Okay.
Because the heat tends to drive buildings, and that gives them a better accurate reading of different samples that we have here.
Thank you so much.
Dave, do you have any questions? No. Okay.
Sorry, I
Right.
I hit the wrong button. Yeah, no questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to do we just want to make a comment just so it's dense. There's just a wee couple of areas where the answer is no, or we didn't have an answer, and they're very, very few, but just sort of like just
Right, exactly. Thank you. There are a few points that are still blanked out. Our HVAC technicians, licensed technicians with the district are still checking a few of the requirements. And once those are completely filled out, then we'll upload the full report. And any deficiencies that are noted get corrective action.
How will those show up? Or will they show up at all for the board? Will there be any implications?
That's good, but I think what we could do is we could either issue a report or a memo, and then once it goes on the website, maybe know if anything that we found that might be
Okay.
problematic, but
Okay,
we're pretty confident we can be able to handle anything that shows up.
okay. Katie?
Sorry, thank you. On one of the no's, I noticed posted a sign prohibiting vehicles from idling. I had thought that we had some language, but maybe those were on town things. Is that seems like an easy fix? That's just good for children and the environment. Is that something that we might be able to mitigate?
That's exactly right. It's a good example of what we would just take care of in-house, so to speak.
Great.
School buses already are not allowed to idle,
Mhm.
so that they'd be more directed towards, delivery trucks or district vehicles, so on and so forth.
Great.
Okay. All right, any other questions from the committee? Alan, anything, or Kevin or Rich?
No.
Okay. Public comment.
If anybody online would like to participate in public comment, please use the raised hand icon. Wait to be recognized and state your name and address for the record, and you will have 3 minutes to speak. We have no raised hands at this time.
Okay, with that, I'll thank you all for your time and take a motion to adjourn. That is Julie, seconded by Katie. All in favor,